Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Hit it over there, Steve Turpin. Oh, every segment. We're going to do that. This is it. Dave Gabbard, Gene Smith.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's turkey time.
It's turkey time. Today is opening day in Tennessee for most of the state. Please look at your guide and make sure that you know that which counties are not opening until the 16th and 17th of April. And they're all mostly in our area here. But we got a couple of guys on us helping us. Steve Turpin's in the studio with us. A couple of guys right now that have been friends of mine for a long time. Both of them are avid turkey hunters. One of them is also has a tendency to play golf every once in a while and keep up with what's green and what's not green. And always happy to have Keith Hickman with us. He is the head pro at the Paris Landing State Park Golf Course, but also been turkey hunting for 3 or 4 years. Right, Keith? I mean,
Yep. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good to be with you.
Yes. And then Russell, of course, now is with Rolling Thunder game calls, I said, out of Somerville. I got to get used to that. And Russell has been on the show. He would normally be in here, but he's up at Springfield, Missouri for the World's Outdoor Fair, the big bash that Johnny Morris is putting on that we talked about last week with David Hagel. Let's talk to you guys. Let's talk to Keith first. Keith has been a part of an event that I was there when it got started and is close to my heart. And once again, wasn't able to be held this year, but that's the Hunting for a Cure youth turkey hunt that for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And Keith, I know that's a big event for all you folks, particularly the folks in Savannah and that area, but the old bug got it again, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. Of course, we had to make a decision back early, everybody making plans, booking rooms and travel and, kids taking off from school, some of them. But anyway, that was back. If you think back in January when we had to make a decision,
yes,
that's when things were, things were really getting bad again. So we just felt like it was the best call. We didn't want anybody to get sick. That's for sure. So we're hoping next year to get it pulled off. Another thing that's hurting us too is the delayed season in a couple of these counties. See, Wayne County is one of our big counties for these kids. So
yes.
We had about 30 or 40 farms in that county that we can't hunt any longer. So that's going to really hurt us. So I don't know how we're going to adjust to that. We'll figure out something, but hopefully next year, 2023, we'll get this thing back up and running.
And you guys have been doing it for how many years?
16, I think.
16.
I believe it was 16 when we had to call it off.
And raised over how much money for St. Jude?
About $1.62 million, I believe it was.
Is that right? And this is a great kids event that Keith has been involved with, and all the good folks down in that area has been involved with. And I look at that, Keith, and I think about those young hunters and all these guys that sacrifice, the guides that go out with them and everything. And you get to share a little bit. We got to get kids involved, and turkey hunting is one of those things I think that if you can get them up, you can get them out there. So talk about how did you get started?
Well, a good friend of mine, of course, I told you, I think maybe last year sometime, I grew up bird hunting. That was my thing. And then as the quail began to wax and wane, I moved to Paris Landing, and a good friend of mine, veterinarian in Murray, Kentucky, actually got me started.
Yes.
He had turkey hunted when he was at school at Auburn. So, he called me and he said, let's go turkey hunt. And the rest, it's been history. There's been the rest of it. So.
It's been history, yeah. And you had to pick between golf and turkey hunting.
There ain't no pick.
That's a no-brainer.
I think we can figure that out pretty good. But
there ain't no pick. I love to golf, but not during turkey season.
Not during turkey season. It's going to be hard to find Keith at that beautiful golf course up there. And I know Russell has an unbelievable story we've shared many times due to an accident. Russell, when did that accident happen? When was that?
When was it? It was July 22nd, 2009.
And what happened?
I had 20,000 pounds of steel, 850 degrees collapse on me.
And what did you lose?
I lost both legs from below the knees.
Is this not amazing? And so somebody, though, had to take you turkey hunting, Russell. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, to get you started. So if you look back on that memory maker for you, I'm sure all those times in the hospital and everything else, you weren't thinking turkey hunting. But once somebody...
Oh, that's about what got me through it.
It was? There you go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. Yeah. And so you remember your first hunt?
I do. I remember my first hunt, the guy that taught me how to call and when to call and everything else. So, yeah, it was. I think I was about 18 years old when I first started turkey hunting.
Okay.
And,
all right. So you were hunting
in,
before the accident then?
Oh, yeah.
You were hunting before the accident. And now you're getting to do something that you really love to do. Tell our folks what you do for Rolling Thunder.
I am the woodshop manager for Rolling Thunder, so everything that is made out of wood, I pretty much put my hands on. I either create it, assemble it, whatever. And so it's what I consider the fun part of building the calls. I get to kind of design, create, and, produce it. So it's the best part of it, in my opinion.
It is. You understand that, Turpin?
Mm-hmm.
He likes to do that. I mean, you have to...
There's some days where I feel like I'm a termite just covered in sawdust and breathing it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's plenty more good days than bad days.
All right, well, let's ask Keith Hickman again. So what's your basic call? What do you go to? What's your go-to call, Keith?
Well, I'm primarily use a mouth call and a slate of some type of pot call, sometimes glass, sometimes slate.
Okay.
Use a box call from time to time, but those tend to be mine. And I'll use a tube call a little bit.
Man, you're versatile. I didn't know you were that versatile, man. I know when I first started, I looked like a panhandler going to the woods. I mean, I jingled and jangled. I had so many pockets. And every time I would get a vest, they would add 6 more pockets. Then I can't find anything. They're all hid out in there and everything. So what about you, Russell? What's your go-to call?
Primarily a mouth call. I will always have a mouth call, pot call, and maybe a box call with me. I've actually reduced my vest down to where it's just a binocular holder for the most part.
Wow.
And
okay. Well,
I can go from running and gunning to sitting in a ground blind to sitting on the ground. It doesn't matter.
My running and gunning is out, but I love to sit on the ground. And I do that. I do that.
I'm not doing as much running and gunning anymore, but I can.
No. But you can. You can stay. Even now, you can move better than I can. But
take these legs off and crawl. So.
Yeah, well, that's Russell always says. Don't give him any socks for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because he saved money on socks. But you can look up the story of Russell's life and the influence he's been on so many people. And
Super nice guy.
Yeah, and I know, Keith, that's part of your job, too, dealing with the youth and getting more people involved. And I'm sure, like you said, you had a friend that helped you. We've all had somebody that stepped up. I don't know anybody except Turpin who was born into it. He had a yelp in his mouth when he was born, I think.
Winged on it.
He was winged on it. Oh, that's the kind of
There you
wing.
go.
Oh, that's a. Now let me.
That's a play on
Did you hear
words.
that, Gene Smith? He's
It
stealing
was
your.
winged on. Yeah.
He's stealing your thunder.
I
over
told
there.
you it was a KFC box.
Yeah, did you hear what I said? He's stealing his thunder.
Yeah.
Now, who does Russell work for? Rolling Thunder,
Rolling Thunder,
Spence
yeah.
Halford and all the game right there. But so does the excitement still there, Keith? After these many years, I'm not aging you, but you still look forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. If it wasn't there, I'd quit.
This is.
I don't get excited much deer hunting anymore or duck hunting, but turkeys still do it. So
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
as long as that's going on, I won't quit.
You won't quit. So, what kind of year? What are you hearing up your way in the Paris area?
Well, I think our numbers are stable. I wouldn't say way up or way down. I think we've been pretty fortunate to kind of hold our own in and around Henry County.
Okay.
I don't think we've been devastated like some of the other counties down along the the Alabama line down in there and then on Mississippi River. But
yes.
I think our numbers are still pretty good.
And I know that, Russell, you guys are in a new facility. Well, it's not really for Sioux. Mr. Brown's trading post there has been there forever in Somerville. We had We had Spence on the radio a couple of weeks ago talking about the move to Summerville. It's still a work in progress, right?
That's correct. It seems like it's getting better each week. There's always something going on, whether it's they cut concrete or pouring concrete, plumbing. There's been a lot that's happened in the last week. We've got bundles of wood out front. Looks like they're getting ready to start building on the inside. So next few weeks ahead should be fun.
I didn't realize how big that building was. I mean, have you ever been to that in Summerville? Dave, you've probably been there. J.B. Brown's Sporting Goods there in Summerville. We used to have the deer rally there. And all the stew. They would make 18,000 gallons of stew, and speaking of that, I don't know anybody that publicizes what they got for lunch more than Keith Hickman at Paris Landing State Park. If you don't play golf, at least go eat up there. I mean, Keith, I don't know what that is. Who's the head cook there?
We had some amazing cooks there during the winter. Unfortunately, they were loaned to me for the last 3 years while we're getting this hotel up ready and running. So you won't be seeing those pictures next winter. Those ladies are gone to work at the hotel.
And what's the latest on that? Now we got you on the line.
We're thinking. I hope I don't get fired for saying this, but I'm thinking, based on what little bit I'm hearing about it, I'm not in the mainstream of that, but just on the park, we're hoping to be open by Memorial Day weekend.
Wow. Okay. Well, I know it's going to be a smaller facility, but I've seen pictures of it and everything else. And of course, they got that great golf course. How long you been there now? I mean,
just started my 36th year.
Come on, and you're still.
Still there. Same spot, same everything.
Are they making you work to 40 to retire? Come on now.
My wife won't let me quit.
Oh, man, I've heard that before. Well, thank both of you guys for being with us. Keith, thank you a whole lot, buddy. Hope to see you. Russell,
Absolutely.
Be careful.
Come see me.
All right, Russell, be careful up there in the big city of Springfield. Okay, buddy?
I will.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, Larry.
All right, let's take a break and listen to this now before we let you go. Here it comes.